And we're back now at the Founders Club in Tri-Cities Coliseum with Americans coach Rick Kozuback. Coach, the team, as we talked about a little bit before the break there, the guys may have set a frustration record over the last couple of games against Portland. They threw a lot of pucks at Byron Defoe, and he stopped all but 8 of them. Coming back tonight, the floodgates really opened, and the Americans really out there flying.
It was a lot better game for us. You know, I guess we're playing at home, it makes it a lot easier, and maybe we're playing against a team whose goaltending isn't as good as the other teams we've played against, but it was sure, you know, for us it was exciting to see some of our guys finally hit the mark, and guys who really have been in a scoring drought. Nice to see them put a few in. Nice to see some of our other young guys get opportunities to score. I think particularly Jason Bowen had one chance right near the end where he drove off the wall and hit the goalpost, and you know, those are the good kinds of things in a game like that. You can experiment a little bit, and everybody starts to feel a part of it. And it was one of those kind of games where we needed to break the ice, so to speak, and get everybody going.
You changed some lines around quite a little bit tonight too, didn't you?
You know, well, you know, in that kind of a game, it's good because you can make those adjustments, and you can get other people playing with different personnel, and it gives us a chance to get some players who maybe don't get as much ice time on the ice a little bit more. And I think this was the kind of game that everybody got a lot of ice time. Everybody played. I'm sure that some guys wanted to play more, but they got as much ice time as they could get in a normal game, and it was good. And this kind of a game allows you to do that. When the game is 2-2 or when you're behind and you have to work hard to score 3 goals in the third period to tie it, it makes it real difficult to do any different combinations. And so hopefully we can get these kind of games more often.
Well, it had to be kind of fun for a couple of guys I can think of, particularly both Colin Ruck and Terrence Sandwith walking right in there to the doorstep and blasting away at the Spokane goalies in this game. You don't see that very often.
No, you know, that was, I don't think they ever realized they were getting that close to the net. I think that it was one of those kind of games where things started to fall into place. Now, whether that be the fact that Spokane maybe didn't play as well as they would have liked to, or we were playing well, or the combination of the two, but it allowed a lot of different people to really experiment with their game and to build some confidence, and that really maybe is part of what's been lacking. We just haven't been able to finish off well enough, and therefore the confidence isn't there. The guys were somewhat hesitant. Tonight was one of those games where things just started to fall into place better.
You make a big trade today, sending Murray Duval and Jason Smith to Swift Current in exchange for Brian Sakic and a great big right winger in Wade Smith. Sometimes a trade like that, having been made, shakes everybody up, and they play better. Sometimes they don't. It's kind of a gamble, isn't it?
We were really concerned about that because, you know, our pregame skate today was at 11:30 when we had just told the players about the trade, and it was a horrible, horrible skate. And we just really didn't accomplish anything, and the guys are really down. Because I think what we've tried to do here is really build a togetherness on the team, and I think, you know, we really feel that everybody is a real part of what happens on our team, and they get along very well. It's a very close-knit group of guys, and when you lose someone who is, or a couple people who are really close and are very friendly and get along so well with the rest of the guys, it had an unsettling effect on everybody, coaches included. It was one of the toughest decisions I've had to make for a number of years. The last few years I haven't had to cut anybody or trade anybody, but it was a tough decision. Murray is a very, very likable guy. I mean, he's one of my, you know, whether he's in Swift Current, New York, or here in the Tri-Cities, Murray will be one of my favorite people. He's a great young man, very intelligent, and I like him a lot. And Jason Smith is one of the guys I think is going to be a National Hockey League player. I feel very bad that we had to lose him. But this is a situation where we feel we needed an offensive player. Brian Sakic is an 18-year-old, scored 101 points last year for the Swift Current Broncos, was a big part of the Memorial Cup championship team, played all the time and played a lot, played on their power play. He's the second leading scorer, I think, on their team right now, is 13 points in 6 games. And we think is going to give us that scoring punch that we lack. In Wade Smith, we're getting a big, solid right winger. He's 6'4", 215, and it plays very intense and very aggressive. And although we don't think we need an awful lot more of that, he gives us a little bit more to deal with. But it's a tough situation. I'm glad our guys rallied and played this way, and I wish the young 2 guys that were losing all the very best, because they're great people.
Tri-City Americans coach Rick Kozuback. We'll be back to talk with a couple of players at tonight's game right after this.